Hello everybody, and welcome to another Stratz video Supdate. Today I'm going to very quickly go over the newest page to this site. Let's get started. So, you're probably familiar with the Meta Trends page. Well, now there's the Heroes Meta Lanes page. Heroes Meta Lane page mostly looks at hero pairs and how well they perform in lane. You can also look at hero matchups to look at how individual heroes perform against each other in lane. Now there's a lot to this page, and I'm going to go over some of the key details with you now. First, by default, you look at the performance of all pairs of heroes when they play in lane together in all lanes. You can filter to whichever lane you'd like. Next, you can see that there are two hero filters, one for the left hero and one for the right hero. Now, the left hero, when selected played with, is always the core hero in the lane, and the right hero is always the support hero. Next, we always show data by week for this page. Now, we go back to the beginning of October of this year for that selection. The current week always starts Thursday at 0 UTC time, and we update this data approximately every 30 minutes to an hour. So you'll see the latest trends when you load this page. Next, you can filter by rank groups. And finally, you can set a minimal match count to eliminate pairs of heroes that have very low match counts from your dataset. So for example, I don't want to see any pairs that had fewer than 100 matches. So there's a lot of data on this table, and let's start with showing that you can hover over any table column header to see a tooltip about that column. So here we see the core heroes on the left, and we see there are 5 types of lane outcomes that Strat supports: when you get stomped, when you lose, draw, win, and stomp your opponents in lane. This shows the percentage of matches the pair had each of those outcomes. Next, we see the win percentage in lane, which combines when the pair won and stomped their opponents in lane. If you want to get more information about how Stratz calculates lane outcome, just go to the knowledge base, search lane, click how are lane outcomes calculated. You get a very detailed response here. Next, you'll see 3 columns that contain plus and minuses. Each of these columns shows the difference in the value that's shown to the left, in this case the win percentage in lane, of the current week to the prior week. So the difference from the current week to the prior week. This is great for showing changes in the meta of hero pairs. Next, we see the match win percentage. So the match win percentage often corresponds to the lane win percentage, but not always. And here we see, for example, Spectre and Sand King have a very low lane win percentage and a very high match win percentage. If I invert this sort, you'll see that the majority of the time, the match win percentage does in fact correspond to the lane win percentage. Next, we see the difference in the match win percentage from this week to last week, and then we see the pick rate for this hero pair in the specified lanes. Now, this value is always going to be a very low number, and the reason is there are over 15,000 hero combinations that exist in Dota. When you hover over each of the pick percentage values, you get 3 extra decimal points to be able to see very specifically what the change in pick percentage was. Next, you see the average last hits for the hero, or for the core hero in this lane, at 10 minutes. You can see there's a very wide range in average last hits at 10 minutes for for core heroes with different pairs. Next, we see the total match count, which we've already filtered to only show greater than or equal to 100. And finally, we have the rating, which is a Wilson score, which measures the match win percentage with the total match count to attempt to show you which are the strongest hero pairs in the game. So there are tons of ways you can use this page. I'll show you one very quickly that I like. So we can look at offlane, and we can pick our favorite heroes. For me, I like Sand King. We can select a rank tier that's relevant to us. And then we can take a look and find out which support, in this case, this hero performs well with in lane. This gives you a great means of analysis to be able to determine which hero pairs are likely to be most successful. There are, as I said, many ways to use this page. I encourage you to explore it and discover all the many curious lane outcome answers that you can find. And have a great weekend.